Hey guys, Gareth here and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, I am super passionate about finance and investment. I'm a chartered accountant and a CFA charter holder. I started my personal finance journey quite early on in life and I wanted to create this video and share with you that it's never too early to start. In fact, getting started early on in life sets you up for more financial success and allows you to achieve financial freedom even sooner. Now, many of you guys watching this video right now are quite young and you may be wondering, what are some of the ways that I can make some money as a teenager or a student without my age holding me back? So in this video, I'm going to cover some easy and practical ways for you to make more money as a teenager or a student. Let's get into it. From high school all through university, I had several jobs. So I started working from a pretty young age. And many of the things that I tried and some of the jobs that I had could be great options for you as well. So here are some of the best ways for you to make more money. And in the second half of this video, I'm going to focus on some great online options as well. I mean, it is 2021 after all, right? So make sure you stay with me to the end. So option number one is retail. Retail can be a really great option if you're eager to make some more money and you're quite ambitious. Often, a lot of how much money you make is within your control. Usually the more you sell, the more you get paid in commissions. So it requires a bit of hustle, but it rewards you if you do hustle. And I found that, retail is a pretty easy industry to get into, even at a young age, obviously depending on the industry that you're in. For over 4 years, every single weekend, I was working in retail at a computer shop selling laptops and printers. This was every Saturday from 9 to 3 and every Sunday from 9 to 1. And during school holidays, I would bump up my hours and work in the week as well. Honestly, this is a job where I learned some really important life lessons. Retail is tough. You can get customers that are really unreasonable and they can get angry and worked up and shout at you and demand to speak to the manager, and then the manager comes and just tells them exactly what you had just told them. This one time, this guy got so angry and he was totally out of control. He lost it, he was screaming, he was shouting, and he took a brand new laptop and just smashed it to pieces. It got so bad that we had to have security remove him from the premises. The point is that aside from earning some decent money, you're also going to pick up some really important life lessons, like staying calm under pressure when somebody's going completely nuts at you and shouting at you, or learning how to sell. I mean, these are really important life skills to develop and will serve you well in your future. Option number two is to be a driver. This is a really great way for you to earn some decent money, and it's getting more and more easy to get into this industry. And there's a bonus that you can earn some tips. Think of Uber or Lyft as great examples where you can earn some money using your own car. This usually also allows you to have flexible working hours, and you're kind of your own boss, right? So these are some great benefits of being a driver. So for the football fans, you may remember that back in 2011, the Football World Cup was hosted in South Africa. And my home city of Port Elizabeth had a great stadium that was built just for this event. And I had a driving job during that tournament where I didn't have to use my own car, and I was driving the German television crews around from the airport to their hotels and to the games. And sometimes when we had some VIPs on board, it would even be with a police escort and they'd be closing roads just for us. So that was a pretty cool experience. So working for some sort of driving company could be a great option for you if you have a driver's license and maybe you don't have a car. And the bonus perk of this job was that I got backstage passes and I got to watch all of those games live, and I was kind of getting paid by the hour while I was working. So I was getting paid to watch these Football World Cup games. So that was pretty cool. And I got to meet some pretty well-known people in football, like Oliver Kahn. One of the most fun jobs that I had while I was a student is to be a high-performance driving instructor for Audi. Yep, you heard that right, high performance. I mean, I was basically the Fast and Furious. Yeah. I mean, this was amazing. They would bring brand new Audis to the racetrack, and my job would be to teach people how to drive them. But this wasn't just to teach them how to drive. Remember, this was high performance, right? So it is about teaching them emergency swerving and emergency braking, how to take a corner at the fastest speed possible, how to do the fastest lap time that you can. It was such a great gig and I had so much fun. So being a driver could be a good option, and if you're doing it for Uber or Lyft, that could be great for you. Just maybe hold off on the emergency braking and swerving. I mean, we can't all be Vin Diesel, right? Now maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have a car, so I can't be a driver. Then a really good option for you that offers similar benefits like flexible working hours and tips could be food delivery. You don't always need a car to do food delivery. You can do this with a scooter or with a bicycle. Most of these types of jobs you can do from a pretty young age, like 16 or so, depending on your country. And this has become especially popular right now with lockdowns around the world and people kind of cooped up at home, right? So there's been more and more people ordering in, and this has increased demand and created many more opportunities for you to get a job in food delivery. Now, option number 4 is house sitting. And guys, this might be the easiest way to make money ever. Basically, some people you know or are referred to want to go away on holiday for some time and they need somebody to look after their house or their pets while they're away. And they usually leave the fridge full of food for you and say, just help yourself. And sometimes you end up house sitting these amazing houses, really fancy, really modern. It can be a nice change of scenery, and I found it really helpful to have a quieter place to study for an exam. Sure, you're not going to make millions and millions of dollars from this, but it's just such an easy way to make some money. And I love pets, so having people pay me to play with their dogs was just amazing. And this could be a good option for you to keep in mind when people start traveling again. And you do a good job and people start talking, and word of mouth does its magic, and the next thing you know, you have friends of friends asking you to house it, and so you kind of build up this little network of different homes that you can house it. Option number 5 is gyms. Now I know you may be thinking that I'm not exactly the most objective person on this because I love the gym and gyms don't really pay that well. When I was working at one of the biggest gyms in South Africa, I was getting paid around 10 Rand an hour, right? So that's less than $1 an hour. So why bother? Well, free membership. Yeah. I'm sure that many of you would love to score a free gym membership, which can be pretty pricey sometimes. For me, as a broke student, this was an amazing benefit. And it's a really easy job to do. Yes, it doesn't pay a lot of money, but if you just limit the amount of hours that you work, then you can still enjoy the benefit of that free gym membership. I grew up playing all kinds of sports from a young age, and in my final year of high school, I started lifting weights. Now, I know it doesn't really look like it right now because the gyms have been closed here in Italy for ages and I just can't wait for them to open so I can get back into it. Alright guys, we're taking a bit of a turn here and we're going old school. So I'm sure if you speak with your parents about some of the jobs that they had when they were growing up, you know, some of them would still be good options. Things like washing cars or mowing your neighbor's lawn. These could still be really good options even today if you're up for a bit of physical labor. Of course, some of the jobs that they used to do have probably died out and just aren't really relevant anymore. Like doing a daily newspaper run on a bicycle, right? People don't really do that anymore. Okay, so back to the future. So times have changed, right? And social media has become this huge opportunity for people to build a following and to make some really good money from it. So I would really encourage you to embrace technology and all the changes that it brings, because chances are that a lot of the good opportunities that come up will rely on some sort of a good understanding of tech. And this has really opened up a whole new world of opportunities for you to make money online. You can do product reviews where you review things like gadgets, right, which has become a whole big industry on its own. Or how you can even do toys, like this 9-year-old boy on YouTube who does toy reviews, and he was one of the highest earners on YouTube last year, earning tens of millions of dollars. Technically, he's not even yet a teenager because he's only 9 years old. Which brings us to the next opportunity, which is a YouTube channel, right? I already mentioned this young kid who's doing so well on YouTube, and there are tons and tons of young people that are building a really good following and earning good money from YouTube, whether it's from advertising or merchandising or sponsorships. And I'm talking about tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, building a YouTube channel is a lot of work, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort. But I just feel like there's so much potential on social media, and now even more so on TikTok, which is sort of the next big thing on social media, with a real primary focus on the younger users. And since we are talking about YouTube, please do me a quick favor and just hit the like and subscribe buttons to help me grow. I would really appreciate it, and would just take a second. I know that one thing that I always found really interesting with following a YouTube channel and subscribing to a channel, especially one that's kind of new and in the early stages, is watching that channel grow over time and supporting them. And you know that you were supporting them from the start, like one of the original gangsters. So please join me on my journey too. Next, with social media becoming such a big deal with TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, all of these different platforms, skills like photography and videography have really become in demand. There is nothing stopping you from learning some of the skills for photography and editing and videography, and using that to get paid, helping people create content and editing their content. In fact, many YouTubers use people to edit some or even all of their content, and they often prefer to have somebody younger do it to make sure that it resonates with a wider audience on social media. So by learning some of these skills like photography, videography, editing, and here's the next one, website design, it can be a great opportunity for you to earn some money, be creative, and have flexibility to decide when you want to work and where you want to work. These are really good skill sets to have for life in any case, so why not develop them and get paid for it? Alright guys, so the final way that I wanted to mention for you to make money as a teenager or student, and one that I've seen several of my friends do very successfully, is to do online tutoring. I had this one friend of mine that was a real math whiz, right? And a lot of people were turning to him for support and help with their maths. And so over evenings and weekends, they would come over to his place and he would earn some extra cash from tutoring them. In fact, he did so well that he converted one of the rooms in their house into a classroom for these lessons. He was a real hustler. But anyway, these days, it's just much easier to do this all online. Maybe you're not a math whiz, and that's okay. It can be anything that you're passionate about and interested in. You know, it can be another subject, or languages, or music, or diet, or fitness, or sports, right? Or gaming, or editing. Really, the list is endless. If it's something you're passionate about and interested in, you're naturally going to be learning more about it and investing more of your time and energy in it. So why not share that with other people and get paid for it? Are there any other tips that you guys have for making money as a teenager or student? I love hearing from you, so let me know down in the comment section. I read them and I reply to all of your comments. So that's it for the video today, guys. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and in the comment section say I subscribed. I'll go in there and I'll thank each one of you personally. You can also follow me on Instagram. Here is my handle, and I'll see you next time.